Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
You're not selling it.
This is stupid. I'm just gonna walk up and get it.
You go up there, he will kill you.
Moana is an all-time favorite movie for all Disney lovers. There's an interesting plot filled with adventure, a number of memorable characters, and a perfectly animated location. What's not to love about this film? While this is definitely a kid-friendly film, there are a few scenes that were not made to be enjoyed by younger viewers. In this video, we will highlight these moments, so make sure you stick around till the end. It will be quite a ride. Let's go.
I am Moana.
Hero of men.
What?
It's actually Maui, shapeshifter, demigod of the wind and sea.
Little Moana in the ocean scene. We know this is just a kids movie and that the ocean here is technically not the bad guy, but come on, it is the ocean. In the earlier parts of this film, parents will notice that the inhabitants of Motunini generally do not care about water safety. The scene where little Moana playfully wanders off to the ocean on her own is one that particularly raises a lot of concerns. Although her father goes on in a song about being safe within the reef, where are the actual safety measures? In another scene, we can see Moana's father correcting his mother, saying that she is wrong to tell the kids all those stories of inescapable death, as it does nothing but scare them. He doesn't know that little Moana is already by the sea, which is a much more serious threat. Moana is persistent and keeps returning to the ocean, but the adults could have done better. Kids will definitely be too entertained to even care about these concerns, but as adults, we cannot help but wonder what would happen if this was a real-life situation. Moana's father would already be on the chopping block, as mommy shamers would be all over social media, calling for his head.
Well. Little Maui's having trouble with his look. You little fammy-dummy mini-god.
The helicopter parent scene.
Maui. When he stole from the mother island, darkness fell. Te Ka awoke.
For the most part of the film, Moana just happens to have the classic millennial parents. They are rigid and do not like to go outside the box. Moana's father, who also happens to be the chief, doesn't just dismiss Grandma TALA'S stories. He also thinks she is crazy with all the old-fashioned things she does and says. Kids will not understand this, but there is something deeper going on here that only adults can pick up on. Throughout the movie, you can see that her parents have the helicopter parenting style on lock. Her father gets anxious that something bad will happen, which translates to him being overprotective. Well, if there's one thing that parents would learn from these scenes, is that hovering is generally not the best parenting style.
I'm back. Mwah. It's Maui time!
Maui shapeshifting. Watching Maui shapeshift is cool, but guess what was even more incredible? Noticing that he always turned into an animal with pockets that most likely contained a miniature version of his hook. There were a couple of exceptions though. In the scene where he transforms into a shark, there are no pockets, and it is believed that this is the reason why his hook is left lying around. It is only when Moana drops it on his lap that he transforms into a pink starfish. A subsequent scene further proves this theory. Maui is seen in the form of a hawk flying over the island. If you look closely at his wings, you will see the shape of his hook on his feathers. Only very attentive adults would take note of these blinks, and you miss it moments. So we are convinced that the kids were definitely none the wiser. Moana and Maui sailing scene.
I could watch that all day. Okay, enjoy the island. Maui, out!
No! Stop!
One of the most appealing things about Disney movies is that they are always laced with jokes that both kids and adults can enjoy. Obviously, if a parent or babysitter has to sit through a kids movie, the producers should make it worthwhile, right? In this case, Moana is no exception. There are quite a few jokes that would totally go over the heads of younger viewers, as only adults would be able to understand and appreciate them.
First, we get my hook.
Then save the world. Deal?
Deal.
In the scene where Maui and Moana are arguing on the ship, Maui tells Moana that riding with a bird is called tweeting. This is a perfectly placed joke that only adults would watch. Later, in the scene where Maui is teaching Moana how a warmer water is an indication that she is sailing in the right direction, the producers sneak in a little toilet humor. Moana noticed that the water is cold, but before acting on this concern, she exclaimed that the water was getting warmer. However, when you see the look on Maui's face and hear Moana express her disgust, you know it's all just a joke.
You know, a real wayfinder never sleeps. So they actually get where they need to go. Muscle up, Buttercup.
Pua and his bad luck scene.
That's good pork. Oh, I didn't mean... No.
Everyone loves a good pet sidekick, especially one that purposefully follows the protagonist on a daring adventure. Pua, on the other hand, leaves something to be desired. Before we get to his bad mojo, we cannot help but feel sorry for him in the scene where Moana takes down a bite of pork.
Sometimes our strengths lie beneath the surface.
Kids would make out his terrified look to be cute, but as adults, we understand why he feels that way. Now, for this next part, we will tell you that we are glad Pua did not come along for Moana's great adventure. In the scene where Moana takes a boat out to voyage for the first time, you will see that Pua and Heihei join her. Everything might just have gone smoothly if he had stayed behind. In the scene, Pua gets tossed overboard, and in an attempt to rescue him, a giant wave capsizes her boat, and she ends up trapped underwater. We do not see this as life-threatening because the ocean is friendly to Moana. Still, we cannot help but blame the pig. To prove us right, in the following scene, where she returns to shore, her grandmother notices her wounds and tells her that whatever just happened should be blamed on the pig. Naturally, as Pua did not join her the second time, we can assert that, albeit unintentionally, Pua was just bad luck. We bet that if you did not pick up on this, surely the kids did not as well.
Why aren't you trying to talk me out of it?
You said that's what you wanted.
It is.
The Easter egg scenes.
You told me to help our people. This is how we help our people. Dad? What are you doing?
Another thing that makes Disney animated films such a delight is the excitement that comes with finding Easter eggs. Just like the others, Moana is filled with a decent amount of hidden details and references that kids would not notice. In one of the early scenes, we all see little Moana save a very little sea turtle that makes its way back to the ocean. We are certain that kids and even some adults would not recognize that the turtle is actually Squirt from Finding Nemo. In that same scene, the ocean parts and little Moana walks through. Here, we can spot other Disney stars that make an appearance.
There you are, Moana. What are you doing? You scared me.
What? I want to go back.
I know. But you don't go out there.
Later in the film, when Maui has recovered his hook, there is a scene where his shape-shifting abilities are out of control. Here, Maui transforms into Sven from Frozen. In the closing credits, Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph makes an appearance on the tapestry.
What do you say, little buddy? Giant Hawk, coming up!
We also get some Aladdin references as well. In the scene where Moana sings How Far I'll Go, we spot the magic carpet, not to mention Tamatoa's gold collection taking us back to the Cave of Wonders. In fact, if you are fast enough, you will notice a genie lamp stuck to Tamatoa's back. Who knows? That could be the lamp that trapped Jafar. For the most creatively referenced, we give it to the Little Mermaid. In the scene where Maui and Moana make it to the underworld, we notice that Tamatoa's lair is sneakily similar to Ariel's grotto in The Little Mermaid. Tamatoa also mentions that he would have loved to be named Sebastian and have a cool Jamaican accent to go with it.
Don't! That's my grandma's.
That's my grandma's. I ate my grandma, and it took a week because she was absolutely humongous.
The swirl in Tafiti's heart also kind of looks like the necklace that Ursula uses to trap Ariel's voice.
This is not who you are. You know.
Grandma Tala's Monterey.
One day, the heart will be found by someone who will journey beyond our reef.
Everybody loves Grandma Tala, even the kids too. In the beginning, irrespective of the crazy narrative, we still get to see her for the strong and lovable woman that she actually is. She has such a strong bond with Moana as she is the only one that understands her love for the ocean. She makes a very interesting comment in the scene where she is in the water with manta rays circling around her. She says that she will return as a manta ray when she dies. Adults know that she is talking about the myth that says ancestral spirits come back in the form of spirit animals. Seeing as they are oblivious to this, they might not even pick up on her return in the scene where Moana has set out to her voyage. All they would see is a large yet beautiful and glowing manta ray underneath her boat. This is one of the most powerful scenes that get even adults emotional, and this is because it was created to appeal to older viewers.
I know a girl from an island. She stands apart from the crowd.
So, which of these scenes did you enjoy the most? Let us know in the comment section. Don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you do not miss any upcoming videos.
You know, it'd be rude to refuse a gift from a goddess.